The issue is, what matters and why Cyera is in this game is it really starts with what data is there and what data those models and those agents have access to. If you can't associate it to the data, the importance and the value of the data, then it's kind of like you're literally playing whack-a-mole, just like what you are with when you get a million vulnerabilities. Like, you don't know how to prioritize that. That's the issue. You just become vulnerabilities and you don't know the value of those vulnerabilities. So it needs to be associated to an identity, to data, with the model, with the agent. Then you say, great, what's my policy? Against intent. So how do I govern this? I want policies, and I'm sitting there saying, okay, now I have a policy. I know what I intended this thing to do, but what's its actual activity? That's also a significant thing. What's the thing what is it doing against versus what I told it to go do? And how do I protect against risky things? So you look at this in this discover, govern, and protect. Now, ultimately, we need to answer these questions. We've never been able to do this with security. Everything's been very siloed. You think about there's network security, endpoint security, identity security. Everything is siloed. Everybody wants to be their own platform. Nothing's really connected. Even the platforms actually are just individual acquisitions. We need to be able to answer the who, the what, the where, the how, the when, and the why, and what's the risk. All this needs to be in one thing. Now, as we shift and we adopt this, massive issue is all the controls. Over here, on-prem, you had all these controls. As we go to AI as a service or SaaS as a service, you've lost everything. All you have is data and access. What data goes in, what data comes out, who has access. That's only controls you have. You don't own the infrastructure. You don't own the app. Like that, you are losing control extremely fast. And when I ask people about their data, maturity, it's the least mature thing in security. Most people will grade their data security as a 1 out of 5. But yet, it's actually what matters. It's information security. And data and access is all you have in the future. Now, the goal is that we have a brain that sees all of our data, all its risk, everywhere, which then links us to all of our controls and all of our apps. So that's that nervous system. The brain looks at all of our apps and uses those native security controls to manage those things, understands the signals, creates one policy, and then also uses all of our DLPs as one. It should be acting as one living infrastructure, one orchestrated living system.